What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video we have some very exciting information. So this image was just tweeted out at news time today on the One Piece Treasure Cruise official Twitter account, and I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that this is obviously hinting towards what could be happening towards on the global anniversary, which we're all very much excited about. And up until this point, I feel like a lot of people have come around to the idea that they feel like Momonosuke was going to be the character to be revealed and be the representation of the global anniversary. However, with the introduction of this image, that pretty much puts that whole idea to bed. There is in no way, shape or form that I think Momo is going to be the new year, no, not the new year, but the global anniversary legend at this point. So the way that this image works, it's a little bit of a teaser image, but you can see that we have Yamato, Karasu, and Goldie Roger. By putting the letters of all of those characters into the bubbles, you're going to get the red ones are highlighted. Now what you get is you get the A from Yamato, you get the S from Karasu, and you get the L from Goldie Roger. So you get A, S, L, and if you are fans of the One Piece series, you would know that ASL is representing Ace, Sabo, and Luffy. So that's a little bit of a curveball. I don't think too many people would have predicted that. So there are a couple of interesting rumors that are flying around, or just some ideas that some people have come up with. Of course, with the recent edition of the 12.4 update, while yes, there have been a lot of bugs that have been reported since the brand new update has come to life, the whole point of the update was to, obviously introduce a brand new mechanic into the game. Now, we don't know how crazy extensive this new mechanic is going to be. Look, the global anniversary character might not have anything to do with this new mechanic that's coming into the game. You never know. It could be for some free-to-play character that's going to be arriving. However, a lot of people have been thinking, what if this is the introduction of like triple units, of like, an additional layer to dual units? I don't personally subscribe to that theory. I just feel like the character special will have something intriguing that we haven't seen in the game yet. I don't think we're going to get triple units. Typically, when a huge game mechanic such as that, like super tandem, super class, dual units, whenever those come out, those are in major updates, and we know that they are coming out before the update even occurs, right? So there's no way that's going to happen, at least in my eyes. But the fact that it's Ace, Sabo, and Luffy is just so crazy to begin with, and we don't even know where this could be coming from. Now, a lot of people were sharing this image initially, which is an Oda color spread featuring Ace, Sabo, and Luffy in their marine outfits, as in like, what if these characters were marines instead? And I do like the fact that they have the pipes as their weapons, and obviously they're being chased by Garp. I think this is such a cute little artwork, and it would be awesome. You can already see this as a Treasure Cruise artwork in the full extended form. It would fit perfectly. And the cool thing about this is the fact that it was actually changed into a figurine line as well. So that's kind of cool, and I would totally be down for an Ace, Sabo, Luffy in their marine outfits. That would be wicked. The thing about an Ace, Sabo, and Luffy is the fact that you can't use, the Ace supports or the Sabo supports on Luffy, because it would feature those three characters in one. The lack of supports would kind of hurt the character, but at the same time, all three characters in one, they get access to a lot of supports in and of themselves. You get all of the Straw Hats, you get the Revolutionary Army commanders, you get the Whitebeard pirates, and some Yamato characters as well. There's actually a lot of supports you could put on this character, but the key ones that you see a lot, like Halloween Ace, for example, or even the Support Rare Recruit Ace, or the Support Rare Recruit Sabo, those key units you wouldn't be able to put on a unit such as this if it were to exist, which is a little bit of a shame. But I also want to bring your attention to the fact that, like, this is quite possible what the unit could be, because we also had this color spread that came out, obviously quite a while ago, with Ace and Sabo in the Wano attire, looking at the Luffy Wanted poster in Wano, of course. And obviously, as we know, that got transformed into an actual unit as well. So I feel like changing Oda's color spreads into actual characters into the game is just a no-brainer. And the fact that, like, this is legitimately based off this, when you see, like, you got the little doggy in the background, you got the Luffy Wanted poster, even when you look at the background itself, it has the wooden planks on the ground exactly like the Ichiro Oda color spread. So I feel like, something like this would also make a lot of sense in terms of what the unit could be. But I mean, you could even go left field and just make it when Ace, Sabo, and Luffy were kids, right? During the flashback era. You could definitely just make that the Sugo Fest exclusive instead. So there's really a lot of different ways they can go about it, and honestly, I don't really mind which way they choose. I'm just excited to see what the character does. And I really hope the character does bring something new to the table. And it also begs the question, is the character also going to have, you know, a super tandem? Or is the character going to be a final tap character? As we've seen with other anniversary style units, you know, with K-Dad, for example, they were a pretty amazing final tap character. We had the final tap of the waifus, which came out during anniversary last year. But then you also had 8.5 anniversary Zoro, who, you know, didn't have any of those mechanics. And I feel like Global Anniversary is going to introduce another one of those style units, because it is like kind of like an anniversary style event. Wouldn't be shocked if that's the case. I really hope it is something like that, because typically those type of units are pretty important to the game and they actually bring some very, very interesting mechanics. I think Zoro aside though, because Zoro is kind of he kind of got the short end of the stick in terms of what he actually does mechanically. I'm not really a big fan of what they did with that Zoro. So I do think the fact that it's representing Ace, Sabo, and Luffy, this is a big character for One Piece Treasure Cruise. It's 3 very popular characters in the series, and I do think they need to go above and beyond to make this character actually very, very strong. So I'm excited to see what it's going to do. I honestly wouldn't be shocked if they actually go down this route as well, which, you know, bring your attention to the Straw Hat Pirates character during, you know, the 1000 logs. This was like to celebrate 1000 chapters or 1000 episodes of One Piece. And this was the type of unit that was kind of intriguing. A lot of people really like this unit, and what they did with it is they have a special ability that kind of takes different components of other Straw Hat characters of the past. You got like beneficial orbs, you got an attack boost, you got color affinity, you like so many different mechanics in one special, as it's trying to represent all the different Straw Hats with what they're typically known for in the game. So I think something like that could make a lot of sense. But the fact that it also represents 3 separate characters, you know, it could potentially provide attack orb and color affinity. It could have something to do with the other subsidiary boosts, like maybe it's going to be like chain boundary, chain addition, and chain multiplicative buff all in one. Like that would also be a pretty wicked unit if they give you 3 chain buffs all in one special that are all like god tier buffs. That would be pretty intriguing, and you could use it in a lot of really interesting ways. But I do think that it could be very similar to this, you know, having a character that represents 3 different types of units. You know, you could have, you know, if you represent like a Sabo character, it could be like a chain related unit. If it's a Luffy character, it's probably attack boosting related. And then if you've got an Ace unit, you could have a really powerful utility unit or an orb boosting mechanic or something relating to changing your slots. Something like that would make a lot of sense. But definitely let me know down below in the comment section, what are you guys expecting for this brand new global anniversary event? A pretty left field unit, as you know, we were expecting Momonosuke. It just made a lot of sense, you know, with the fact that you have, you know, Final Tap Luffy with his super evolution states that, you know, you can use a Momonosuke to trigger his super type special, and then you had versus Yamato, who could use Momonosuke as one of the characters for her super tandem, but no new Momonosuke. So I don't really understand why they decided to do that. I'm sure we will get a new Momonosuke at some point down the line, but hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and if you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.